Honestly, the love relationship reading looks a lot better than the previous reading. So I was hoping that energy comes through relationships because it just seems like it's very challenging if it came through other areas of your life that are a little bit more internal. So let me just go through this reading. But either way, Pisces, I hope that you're able to, get the support that you need. Okay, it's very important because I feel like it's important overall for all signs, all people, whenever things are going on, for us to talk about things. In the process of talking things, processing our feelings, and figuring out like a game plan, things are not going to feel so daunting and overwhelming. A lot of the times you tend to get a little bit too overwhelmed by your emotions, and you might behave in a way or make decisions based on an emotional response rather than a practical intellectual response. So you might not always make the best decisions. And so I feel like, having a sounding board, having a person that you can vent to is going to allow you to see a different perspective. It's going to allow you to unpack a very complicated, a very emotionally charged situation so that you can see, essentially break down everything in its little part into all the little parts and pieces, and it's not going to feel so scary. Okay, so let me just go into your relationship reading here. Let me talk about the foundation. First of all, we have here the Ace of Cups, and this card, the way that it fell out, I don't know if it fell out like in the upright position or in the reverse position, but I basically feel like this is your emotional state. Okay, this is like having somebody that you really love, having somebody that you really care about. And it is a card that represents your suit of water. It's the burgeoning new relationships, or usually it's like caring very, very deeply for another person. It's linked up here with the Four of Cups, where you're reassessing. I really care about them. But on the other hand, with this Five of Swords, we have a lot of strife. We have a lot of power struggles. We have issues when it comes to communication, when it comes to having a conversation without disagreeing with with each other, having a conversation without feeling attacked, without feeling like we can see eye to eye. So I do feel you have somebody in your life that you really care about, that you really love, but you're reassessing the viability of the relationship. And you're reassessing whether or not, like the person that you are with really feels the same way about you. So there's a little bit of anxiety here, and there's a little bit of, skirting important issues, not having important conversations because you are not an aggressive sign. You are a little bit more on the conflict avoidant end. And so you might skirt a lot of issues. You might avoid asking a lot of important questions because you don't want to awaken the beast. You don't want to cause quarrels. You don't want to feed into this disagreement. And that's not always the right thing to do when it comes to relationships. So I just want you to, say whatever is on your mind. Talk to your relationship partner. If they're the right person, honestly, they wouldn't care. They would want to get to the bottom of situations. They would want to have a conversation with you. So don't feel like you need to shut down, or don't feel like you need to be conflict avoidant just to maintain harmony in the relationship, especially if you have important questions that you want to ask them or that you want to get to the bottom of. Okay. In the past position, we have here the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse and the Death card. The Nine of Pentacles, this card usually indicates to me a single person. So the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's basically a single lady usually. But it also indicates somebody that, they have everything going on in their lives. They have the financial abundance. They might have property. Everything is going really well, but they're looking for love because that one pentacle that will bring about total completion is missing in their life. So with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse and the Death card, I feel like many of you have been through the ringer when it comes to love. Many of you have invested a lot of your time with people that might not have, it's like a serial dater. It's like dating somebody for about, 4 or 5 months, and then the relationship falls apart. And you don't know why. You don't know like why these patterns keep happening. You don't know why you can't maintain these relationships. And you don't know why that the people that you keep meeting, it just didn't work out the way that you anticipate. So I feel like there has been a major cycle here that you are overcoming when it comes to relationship as well with the death card, because moving into this month, you have some love that's coming into the picture. And you also have the Empress in the present situation, as well as the Magician. So let me talk about this, because I feel like one of these people is you. And as loving and nurturing as you are, honestly, Pisces, I feel like the Empress is your energy. So the Empress is somebody who's very caring, very fertile as well. Be careful about pregnancy for those who are not expecting, okay? Because the Magician is somebody that can make a child happen. So if this combination goes together, it can introduce a baby into the picture. So just be careful about that if that is not something that you are expecting. Okay? If for those who are expecting, I feel like it's really potent time for fertility. Okay? So whatever your situation is, protect yourself accordingly or not. Okay? So depending on what you want. So first of all, this is your energy here with the Empress. And this is you coming into a place where you are feeling really good in your own skin, feeling beautiful, feeling abundant, feeling prosperous. Possibly, you could be male or female. Your biological clock is ticking. If you're male, you might think like, oh, I really like to have a family. If you're female, you're thinking, I really want to settle down. I want to have children. I don't know how fertile I am. And you're very fertile right now, but I feel this element about, this rush, this sense of like a biological clock ticking for both male and female. And the person that you are involved with, we have the Magician. This is a really, really smart person. This is like a great orator, somebody that dresses really well, looks really fancy, life of the party, very extravagant, a little bit more on the extravagant side when it comes to his or her spending. Both of these are extravagant when it comes to spending. Both of these are a little bit self-indulgent, but I feel more so with the Magician, because look at him with his martini glass, and this can be male or female, but they're really, I feel like they spend money like there's no tomorrow. So I feel that there's a lot of attraction here. You might have attraction with somebody, and you might really like this person, and they really, really like you. But if you look at this combination, there's something a little bit off, right? Because the ideal partner for the Empress is the Emperor. And the ideal partner for the Magician is not really the Empress. It could be the High Priestess. It could be the High Priestess, because both of them kind of like manipulate the element. Both of them contain a lot of, different wisdom. I almost want to say like higher rather than earthly wisdom. They contain like a little bit of magic, a little bit of, that mystery about them. Whereas like the Empress and the Emperor, they're more of the earthly nature. So I feel for many of you, you are involved with somebody here. There's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of excitement, and I feel like they can be a good relationship partner, because this together is a very good combination. And I also feel a very strong earth element here with this Empress. So it could be, like Taurus comes to mind, especially with the Venus sign, because Venus does rule Taurus, but also Libra. But I'm feeling like a very strong earth vibe here. So this can be a really good combination. It's very dynamic. It's very exciting. But I feel like one person wants to settle down. The other person still wants to play the bachelor or the bachelorette. So we have a conflict of interest here. And I also feel as well, if that's somebody you're dealing with, there's a lot of love, but lack of consensus, lack of straightforward communication. And so you're going through a process where you are withdrawing inward and trying to assess this relationship. Crowning this reading is something that you are thinking about. We have here the Knight of Wands and the Page of Coins. So this is a person here, a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And this is somebody that I feel like you might have children with, or you might have financial entanglements with, child custody even. So this is somebody that you are thinking about here. This person is a little bit like they're not very cautious. They kind of, come and go, and they jump right into a situation hoping for the best without a lot of planning, without a lot of like strategy. So I feel like this is somebody that is a little bit volatile, a little bit unpredictable, here today, gone tomorrow. And it's linked up as well with the Page of Coins. So it indicates that there might be, it seems like they might have the wandering eyes. I usually see this as somebody who chases after, pretty things, shiny objects. They might have attention problems. They might enjoy like a lot of different people, but they're not really connected to one person emotionally, on any level for them to stick around for a long time. And then for others of you, you might be dealing with an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and they're kind of like a world traveler, but they also can be a little bit flaky. They have too many suitors. They have too many people imposing, making like, making demands on their schedule. So they might not have the time to properly date you and properly have or cultivate a relationship with you. So we have these two people in the picture. Moving into the future position, we have here the Two of Wands and the Judgment card. The Two of Wands, I feel for many of you, especially if you are involved here with the Magician, this is kind of like coming to the realization that, yes, I do like that other person, but I feel a little bit emotionally unnurtured in the relationship. This is a card of a relationship where there's only one person in the picture. So it's almost like feeling a little bit neglected, feeling a little bit alone in the relationship, and feeling as if things are not going exactly the way that you want here with the Judgment card. This is new beginning. And I also feel for many of you as well, there is an element here about you moving away from the past, trying to date new people, and then getting engulfed into somebody who is very fancy, who is, just like, who really sweeps you off your feet. And you're not really sure what to do, and you're not really sure like whether or not to go with it, because you don't want to get your heart broken. But I do feel if it's a new person, it can work out. Just make sure that there is that sense of compatibility to begin with, because I feel like you like somebody, but you're not very compatible with them. And it might be like a big crush on somebody, but you're not very compatible with them. So just understand, if it's a big crush that you have on somebody, are you at the heart of it compatible with them? Will things work out? Because I feel like you're harboring some feelings for a person. You're harboring some feelings for a person, and you're not telling them about it. And you're just like, liking them and kind of even looking at all of their social media as well. Looking at their social media, wondering if they're dating, or even, stalking them to see like, who are they dating? Who are they with? Where are they? What city are they in? So I feel like you might be with somebody that's like here today, gone tomorrow, and you like them a lot, but you're not making your feelings shown. So my advice is, if you know for a fact that you're compatible and you want to let them know, do it. Because I feel like they like you too, and you're a very good match for them, but they might want different things out of life. But I feel like they're honest. They're going to tell you so. And then for others, I feel like it's not even unrequited love, because it's not known by the other person. I just feel like you're harboring a crush, a really big crush for somebody, but you're not letting them know. Okay, so just let it out. It will be so much easier. And then that way you have your answers, okay? So I hope the reading is helpful for you guys. Let me just see here. And I'm sensing for some of you as well, it's like liking somebody and then finding out that they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, like finding out finally that they are attached and you're just kind of kicking yourself like I should have let them know sooner. So don't be on the tail end of that, okay? Um, Fire sign people, especially if you are single, we have fire sign and earth sign here. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. The earth sign is a lot more compatible for you guys. I feel like it's just a lot more compatible. Okay, so go for the earth sign if that's what you're struggling with or that's what you're dealing with. Okay,